Hello, viewer. It's great having you on the show, and welcome to another episode. Thanks for joining us. And this is Viewpoint Talk Show, where they talk as EB. On the show, we talk about the latest trends and developments to the underlying issues and challenges. We dive into the world of entertainment, politics, health, education, lifestyle, power of community, you just name it. So sit back, relax, and engage in our conversations. My name is Hadiza Galadima, and right here with me in the studio are my co-hosts, Mr. Brown and Rachel.
Hello.
All we do on the show is spark meaningful conversations, inspire change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. Let's get started. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Great thoughts speaks only to the mind, but great action speaks to all mankind." We will be talking about up-to-the-minute issues in the country. Firstly, we will talk about Governor Makindi's advocacy for single term for political office holders. We will also be talking about drug abuse, and later on the show, we will talk about family planning and the issues of overpopulation. All this and more after the break.
Experience the acceleration of Oweleketv. Get the latest news from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry to the pulse-pounding realm of sports. We provide accurate and up-to-date information, exclusive interviews with top political analysts that will leave you craving more. Our team of professionals delivers captivating content from Nigeria and beyond. Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. This is Viewpoints Talk Show, where they talk as EB. The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, on Wednesday, in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Suleiman Olarewajo, has advocated a single tenure for political office holders. According to the statement, the governor stated this at a dinner in honor of the National Executive of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria to flag off their retreat in Ibadan. The governor said this would allow such political office holders enough time to do whatever they have in mind within a single term instead of thinking about a second term, quote unquote. I am a supporter of single term structure. As a matter of fact, I didn't want a second term, and I told the fathers of faith that 4 years may not be long enough to do everything that you want to do, but it's long enough to make your impact and go your own way. The governor also said he thinks a 5 or 6 year single term will be enough for most of the political office holders to do whatever it is they are supposed to do. According to him, governance is all about interest and wellness of the people. So, do you agree with the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, and do you think the National Assembly will pass such bill into law based on the country where we come from?
Well, personally, I do not agree with him
Okay.
because I feel like 4 years, he's saying 5 or 6 years.
6 years, yes.
If you have something you want to do, even 1 year is enough. I understand that governing a whole state is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Being a leader over a certain population is not easy. Even being a leader over 20, 50 people is not easy. Talk more of a whole state. I understand that. But no matter what, your impact could be felt within even 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 2 years, you have 3 years, you have 4 years. It's enough. It's even more than enough to do what you want to do. Why I think it's enough is because you're not just the only person there working. You have your ministers, you have your commissioners. Those commissioners have people under them. It's like level, what you even need, all you need to do is just sit in your office and then do this, do that, tell people what to do. So it's not like you're the one going to maybe the road and start constructing. You're not constructing the road yourself. You're not going to the market to fix this. You're not going anywhere. These people, they just give orders, do this, they release money. So I think even a year is enough to do whatever you want to do. Saying that they need 5 years, 6 years, well, I don't want to say it's a way to siphon more money. But I think it is a way, to be able to do what they want to do. Because if you want to steal money, you see these people that are talking. I'm not saying he wants to steal money, but you see these people, these government officials, most of them, once they get into office, the first thing they do is to start, looking for how to siphon money. So if 1 year, if 2 years, if 3 years, 4 years is enough, in fact, a day is enough to siphon whatever amount of money they want to siphon. And so if they're able to do that within 4 years, I don't think 4 years is not enough for your impact to be felt in a state. Why? Because all you do is just, okay, you have chairmans of local government. These states, everything is just so easy for these people because in a state, you have local governments and you have chairmans. These chairmans still have people under them. Those people still have people under them that can even go to it can, lead to one-on-one, speaking with people one-on-one. So I don't think 4 years is too small. Even 2 years is okay. 4 years, and these people that are even talking, it's not like they're just going there for 4 years. It's rare to see a governor or a president who will go there for 4 years and say, okay, I'm okay, I don't want to do again. They will still lobby and fight and go back there for another 10 again. And most of them, what they do is 8 years. I can't even remember when last a governor, just went for a 4-year term and left there. They're always fighting to go again. And so if you're fighting, because the truth is, once these people get there, they know that it is forever. Because once they leave there, they want to go to another power of another seat of power. Yes. So it's not like it's only sitting there. From that place, they are going to another place. From that place, they are going to another place. So 4 years is in fact more than enough for your impact to be felt.
I would agree with you because, like, most people that get into office, like the presidency, the governors, and all that, they will tell you 100 days in office. So if you can achieve a whole lot in 100 days, then I will agree with you. You don't need 4 years or 6 years
100 days
in office.
Of what?
As a president or governor, yeah.
Of what effort have they achieved in 100 days? Is it declaring something that has never happened? So let's leave the 100 days.
No, like I'm just agreeing with her because most of them will come out with their achievements, what they've done in 100 days.
But what I'm trying to say is the 100 days to me, it's nonsense. It's a total nonsense. Because 100 days in office is a normal phenomenon for the officials, political officials to come and say 100 days of achieving what? We are in Nigeria, we know what is involved. But then going back to the question, I would love to borrow President Tinubu's statement. Nigeria's situation is not a situation where how did you say you just fix it in? So, but then looking back to what the who said that the governor said, you can look at it from different aspects. It can be good, it can be bad. Now, we all understand that Nigerian politicians are always looking for more to siphon. If you leave them, they will stay in that seat for 20 years. They will pass that seat to their son, to their generation, if you leave a typical Nigerian politician. But then, looking at it in that aspect, I would say, okay, it's a good thing to reduce the rate at which these politicians want to embezzle more money in more years. Do you understand? So if you say, okay, let's make this 6 years, 5 years of serving Nigerians, they can still, no doubt, they will still steal money. But then we don't know what is going to happen. We don't know how the plot of the stealing would be. I bet you Nigeria will become more drastic than it is right now. So in all aspects, you can look at it in a different way, in different aspects, and you understand that it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing. But the thing is, Nigerian politicians, they do not have structure. You talked about them having local government chairman, commissioners
that these funds go through to go to the local areas. I was arguing with someone, rather not argument, discussing with someone about how can Nigeria have electricity for a steady electricity, all the 36 states. And the person told me it's not beans. It cannot happen in 4 years. It cannot happen in 8 years. So if you look at it from that aspect, now, if a governor of your state comes to say, okay, I want to work something in 4 years, what can he achieve in 4 years? Is it good roads, all road connecting to your villages, all the remote areas,
Mr.
all
Brown,
the electricity?
I really think even in 2 years, a governor of a state can achieve a whole lot.
Like what?
Infrastructures. And look, it's not just
When
about...
you talk about infrastructure, we'll have to hit the nail at the head.
Brown.
We'll talk about, you name it, you name what kind of infrastructure, what kind of structure, what are they producing?
Basic
Let me tell you something.
Nigerians are suffering from.
See, let me tell you something. You see these people on seat. I'm going to just give 2 more points. You see these people on seat.
Okay.
Within even 3 months, they can empower their entire family. These their families will have structures. When I mean structures, they can never be poor again. You see what we're talking about. If I, as an individual, if I have enough money, in 2 days I can bless people. Look, bless people in the sense that unemployment will no longer be a thing. In 2 days, yes, I will empower people. The only thing, look, let me tell you something. Do you know why this thing is looking like it's impossible? It's because we have very corrupt people there. If I am, as a person, as an individual, I'm not corrupt, and then I have very good people around me, people who are not corrupt, and I give these people funds, and these people who, because they are good people, they use that funds effectively the way they are supposed to use it. If I have 100 people, look, we're talking about a state, not an individual here. As an individual, if I have the money, I can gather 100 people here today, trusted people, and I give them this amount of money. This is what you should do. Okay, in your own local government, for maybe 1 month, this is what we'll do in a day. Okay, for 1 month, we want to train, even if it's 10 youths. Want to train, when I say training, you train them, you empower them, you set up. No, I'm coming.
Okay.
If you say in a month, I'm giving an example as an individual, not as a state now. As an individual, in a month, I want to train just 10 people from my local government. 10 people, train them, they know how to do these things. We'll set up businesses for them, or we'll set up whatever skill they've learned, we'll set up for them. Now, these 10 people, now you're 10, one of you again, you bring in, I can put in 5 people under you, these 5 persons learn under you, and I do that for each person. As an individual, I can achieve that if I have the capacity. Now, talk of a state. Look, this state was not today we heard that they gave them 5 billion naira for palliatives. But the truth is, you will come tomorrow and you will not hear what they use that 5 billion naira for. But if a state wants to do something, you see Governor Makinde, he has commissioners, he has local government chairman. This local government chairman has, look, when you go to a local government is not as big as a state. And so if they want to help people in their local government, I bet you they can do it in a year. If we have maybe out of 10 people who are unemployed in a local government, for example, if you really want to help these people, there's no how you will not be able to achieve at least 6 people out of this 10.
I would have to come in because of time. Do you think there are no politicians doing this? Mind you, I've worked with some politicians who are doing all this poverty alleviation stuff, training people, sending them abroad to go study and all. I would agree with you at some point, so it doesn't look like I'm against you. 2 years can be enough to do some things if you have the right persons surrounded with you. Now, it depends on the capacity of what you want to do. What I want to bring to your notice is there are some certain things that you might not achieve in 2 years. So, talking about lifting people, they are getting people and giving them money to go and learn skills.
No, I didn't mention giving them money.
To do 1 or 2 things, teach them things, and those things are not what Nigerians need right now. What I'm telling you is what Nigerians need right now is to remove the bad people in the midst of the governors.
Before you remove the bad people in the midst of the people, what we're trying to basically Nigerians need, what we need or what we've been crying for is basic amenities. And there is always a budget for that. So if you have a budget for that, where does the budget go? Where does the money go that you say?
That is where you have working with the right people. If we are talking about doing something in 2 years. Mind you, if you're talking about electricity, your state, if let's say you are from Port Harcourt alone, the electricity thing, it's not just your state that does the whole electricity thing. Do you understand? It comes from somewhere.
Mr. Brown, I'm not arguing that with you. Now, I want to ask you this question. I don't know that person who told you that it's not possible, to have this.
They're not saying it's not possible.
Okay, it's difficult, right?
It's going to be difficult.
Now, hold on. I want to put something to you.
Yeah.
Now, we have these people coming whenever they go to campaigns. They want to become a governor or a president.
Yeah.
One of the things they have on their list, they'll be
manifesto.
Yes, on their manifesto, electricity, this, that. Which means
Healthcare.
For someone to come out and say, we'll have steady electricity before that means it's achievable.
Wow.
And when they come out to say,
have you been to the
hold
structure
on,
of Nigerian electricity?
and then when you see their budget,
Okay.
when you see the budget, what they put, what they write on papers, for Christ's sake, you know how much they allocate to these things. Until these people come out to tell us that it's really not possible, it's quite difficult for us to have steady electricity.
Okay.
But this is what we can do. It's not, even if it's difficult to have steady electricity, there's something you will do that someone next to you will know that these people are trying.
Okay.
We know we've not gotten there, but they are trying.
Because of time, I would want to say something. I'm not totally against you.
Briefly.
But I just want to make a point that for this thing to work with a short period of time, they need the best people. And before you get those best people in this Nigeria, and Nigerians need to work with the governments. Like, it's a broad topic here because of time, but then why I say Nigerians need to work with the government. Nigerians are so easy to get. I wouldn't say cheap, but they've sold their birthright so many times to these politicians. So while the politicians are trying to do these things, we are selling our birthrights the more. A lot of people have sold their birthrights to bags of rice.
Yeah.
2,500 in place of good roads, in place of electricity that we're talking about. So if you ask me, I would say it's not just about the politicians. It has to be with the Nigerians as well, as we are dealing with corruptions that had to do with a whole number of the politicians.
Like
but I will still blame the politicians. Why? Like because a man who has not eaten for 3 days, has not eaten for 2 days, if you give him 1,000 naira and tell him, vote for me, even if I'm a bad person, that person will collect.
If you have not had food for 3 days, you've been surviving. You can survive it.
Guys, we don't have time on our side, all right? To you viewers out there, we would love to have your take. So get involved in our comment sections. We would love to hear from you as always, all right? Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
We have good politicians there. I've seen good politicians that want to work in their community.
But I'm not saying there are no good politicians.
But then I want to make a statement. So the world, Nigerians will know that some set of these politicians, they are willing to work. But Nigerians, they want raw cash. They want material things. I've seen it.
Brown, look, if the head is not corrupt, it is, look, let me tell you something. It is what you use in tasting people's mouth, what you gave to them that they continued with.
You guys don't want to stop with this argument. You don't want it to end. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now moving over to our next topic, we'll be talking about drug abuse and its prevalence. Okay, it refers to the excessive use of a drug that is not intended for medicinal purposes, which can lead to detrimental effects on the individual's physical and mental health, as well as their social and economic well-being. It can also have negative consequences for the individual's family, friends, and a broader community. Factors that can lead to drug abuse include genetic stress, peer pressure, and the availability of drugs. In a viral video, Nigerian musician Marley joins the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency in an advocacy campaign against drug usage. Many Nigerians have ridiculed the NDLEA and its ambassador. Would I put it ambassador? Let me just say ambassador.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's trending.
Yes,
that's what's trending. Actually, saying he isn't the right person for the job. Okay, so now the question I want to ask is there any effective way of addressing and combating drug abuse in the country? Because now I guess I want to see it from the NDLEA's point that, there's this saying, if you want to catch thief, you need to use thief.
Yeah.
I'm not calling Naira a thief, but but you get what I'm just trying to say. So, Brown.
Okay. So, I don't know if Naira Marley does drugs.
Okay.
I've not seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen in his musical videos.
Yes.
It could be acting.
Acting. It could be
Yeah,
an act.
I don't trust social
It could be
media
an
when it comes to some certain
We've
things.
seen videos of it.
Except there is one thing the court will always say, evidence. Except I'm with this person. Do you understand?
You're
Or a trusted
guilty.
person says, but
Yeah.
even when a trusted person says, except I'm with you in life and I see.
Mhm.
So I can't say he's doing drugs, so they are using him to do reverse engineering and stuff like that. No.
Reverse
But I
psychology.
would say, reverse psychology. Engineering. So I would say for NDLEA to use him, I think his music, I'm going to come from this angle, his music portrays this kind of lifestyle. So if he can preach some certain things with his music, that means he can also say the good thing by do not do drugs. Drugs is not good for you. Although it looks very crazy, someone like that coming to say it.
Yeah.
But then I feel it's a good thing for the NDLEA to use him to say. It's going to be bad if after saying it, and people still sees him doing it. That's a mockery on the NDLEA. And I wanted to do one crazy thing, but it's going to be a shame on them, because if you want to use someone for your brand ambassador thing, you have to use the right person. Do you understand? So that's my take on it. I wouldn't take much.
So, like, personally, now, in your own thoughts, Naira Marley is the right person for this advocacy.
Like I said, I don't know why you're putting the words into my mouth. I don't know if he does drugs. I've not been with him doing drugs.
Oh, okay,
So
I get you.
I feel for whatever reasons they use him, because of the kind of lifestyle he portrays. So they think he's going to get this young
The right
folks.
person.
Yeah, I think from the age of 15 to 60 something are heavily into drugs, and Nigeria has the highest ratio.
Yes, in
So
Africa.
they want to use him to preach these things.
And reach
Because
out to
the
a whole
NDLEA,
number
a
of
whole
people.
number of people. But trust me, I don't know how that's going to take an effect on Nigerians. But then, like I said, if after doing this brand ambassador thing,
He
and
fails.
people see him, trust Nigerians, when they see him, they're going to video him and they're going to say, put it on the social media, see your brand ambassador.
And they will have the laughing.
And it's going to be a shame on the NDLEAs.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay, so for me, I think there's a good side to this story and there's a bad side to it. Like Brown said, if after this whole thing, because he even did a video where he, spoke about drugs, don't use drugs, it's not good and all of that, say no to drugs. If after that video, we see Naira Marley doing the same thing again, for me, it's not just in the music video. We've seen pictures of him, even in studios, when they are recording, you see them popping the whole thing. Naira Marley is like one kind of, maybe a brand ambassador to hard drugs in the first place. And so I think it's a good thing that the NDLEA is coming from this angle. But then I think it would have been better if they brought out Naira Marley to say, okay, he's no longer doing this. And we can really see the evidence that he's really not doing it again. If he had come out to maybe share a success story, okay, I was doing this was what I passed through, but now I'm no longer doing it. Don't do it because this is what, and he's sharing his experiences, saying his story, telling people his story and, why you should stop it. It's a different thing. But we're just seeing that out of the blues, we're seeing Naira Marley just saying don't do drugs is bad and that's it. Look, if he's still doing it, if he's still doing it and they only wanted to use him, I know the person who brought up this initiative, I understand the angle the person is coming from, but I think the whole thing is not complete. Because tomorrow he might even be doing it and not doing it on social media so that these people he has, tried to encourage will not see him. But Nigeria now, they will dig you and dig out anything. If you hide inside your room, you will not know when this thing will come up on social media. So if he's really not doing it, or if he's really not doing it again, and then he's now the brand ambassador, and then they put it, it's a perfect thing to do. But if he's still doing it, and then an aide to Delta State governor came out to say he's going to sue the NDLEA if he sees Naira Marley using her drugs again. So it's not just about the suing now. That one now is saying he's going to sue. He's coming from the corporate angle. How about the young people who are maybe when they saw him doing it, they'll be like, I see my mentor. Now my mentor and they talk this thing. Okay, they want to now have a rethink. Now they see that their same mentor who came out to say don't use it is now still using it. I mean, it will even make them even want to go deeper in it. So I think it has a good angle and it has a very bad and terrible angle. If he has not stopped it and if he does not stop it.
The terrible aspect of this is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? Because people are seeing him like the mentor of this thing. So let me get to one particular story. There is an artist in Nigeria who did something and something leaked, and the brand this person was officially branding for got to see the information everywhere on their social media. They quickly removed that person from being their brand. So that is to tell you what brand ambassador
I guess
means.
I know who you're talking about.
So
I know who he's talking
so,
about.
so it's going to be terrible and a slap on the NDLEAs if we see videos and pictures of this guy doing this.
Promoting
Promoting
what you're saying.
because it's crazy that I saw the video and it was scripted.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the videos were
Yeah.
like cut and join, kind of a thing.
Yes.
So it didn't look original.
Well, it could be another way of NDLEA trying to team
Yeah.
or trying to like put this person in check or put this person in control, because they know since he's the driver of a whole lot of things, he can be able to control
And these are you should
whatever
know.
it is.
You see, addiction is one very strong thing. Drug is not something you use and okay, you were using it because NDLEA now brought you to the camera, then you say, okay,
But
I
there's
want
a
to stop it.
responsibility on him right now.
There's a whole lot.
Yeah, there's a responsibility.
look,
He might
drug-
want to tread carefully.
It's not about treading carefully.
Yeah, but
It's not
before we
if
go,
we
it's an
feel-
advice
Yes.
to young folks.
Yeah.
Drug is not good
Mm-hmm.
for your body system,
Yeah.
for your mental health.
Mhm.
If you think you are using any sort of drug to kill depression, whatever problem it is, it doesn't go.
Yeah.
When you are in that spirit, that motion, and when you are out, you still come back to face
Yes.
that challenge, that problem. So drug is not. It's
So
not the best
basically, what
way
we're
to-
just trying to say is say no to
Say no to
drugs.
drugs.
Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. And now moving on to our last topic, we will be talking about a crucial topic, family planning and the issues of overpopulation, especially in poor families. This is simply known as birth control. This sums it all. It sums it all. So the aim of family planning is to give individuals and couples the ability to control the number, spacing, and timing of their children. Access to family planning is a fundamental right for women and couples. On the other hand, overpopulation is a global challenge with significant implications for the environment, economy, and social well-being. When the population of a region, let me just say in a family context now, exceeds its carrying capacity, people experience a shortage of resources such as food, water, shelter, leading to malnutrition, amongst others. However, overpopulation directly affects the quality of life of individuals, especially those living in poverty, and exacerbates inequality, particularly in the developing world. So, what is the impact of overpopulation on the quality of life, and how is family planning important in today's world? Rachel.
Okay. So I think I'm happy that we brought this topic. You know, there's a saying that the poor will continue to remain poor and the rich will continue to be rich. Sometimes we look at it from the money angle. It's not just from the money angle. I think it's with our mentality.
Yeah.
It is the way we think. You see, poor people think the more children they have, when these children
more
grow up,
asset.
yes, it's like an asset to them. When they grow and they are old, these children will not take care of them. A poor man will have 2 children, and then when these children, they will train these children to. There's something we do not understand. You have 10 children, you did not train them, no education, no good education. Maybe amongst the 10, there's only one that is going to school. They are not feeding well. How do these children grow? They will grow up struggling and struggling and struggling. Then is it these same children that are an asset? You want them to grow and take care of you. But you didn't take care of them while growing up. There's no education, there's nothing, no skill. They are just there. And you call them assets. A rich man will give birth, or a wealthy man will give birth to 1 or 2 children. And they will train these children. They will, whatever it takes, they will train them. And when these children grows up, they don't even really need them to take care of them. It's just like a fulfillment that, okay, my children are doing well, I am doing well. Now, these poor people who are just giving birth for the sake of assets and
sorry to cut you off to
Yeah.
interject something. It's just there's this mentality they have is now God will take care of them.
yes.
That
And
mentality.
it's not the same God that will still take care of a wealthy man's child or children. People need to understand it's not about how much children you have. It's about how you're able to take care of them. Look at your pocket. See, there's something coming up now. There are couples who get married and they'll say for 1 or 2 years we are not going to have children.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking they are trying to do one kind of paparazzi. It's not about paparazzi. It's planning.
Yeah.
They want to, okay, this is what we are able to gather. This is how we'll be able to take care of our children. Before we start, we don't just give birth and then we're just suffering innocent children for nothing. But then some people, they will say even before we marry, I must test whether you feel born or not. Some immediately they are getting married, they want to start having children. There's no proper planning anywhere. And then you see when they give birth to that child or children, they'll start, even as that baby is born, they'll go and start looking for where to maybe look for money for hospital bills, to settle the hospital bill. A child that just gave birth to, they want to start settling things and settling all that. They want to look for how to feed the child. I mean, look, I understand that there was a time when there was nothing like maybe family planning. People did not really understand the concept of family planning. There was a time when education has not gotten to that level where people understand. People just know that when they have sex as couples, anything can happen. Anytime where they enter and God give us. But now we have family planning. People need to understand that there's a way you can plan with your wife, with your husband. If it is only a child you want to have, you can have that one child for life and you will rest. If it is 2 children you want to have, you can have those 2 children and rest. It is not about having 1,001 children. That is not an asset. An asset is you working hard. Even if it is a child you have, even those that do not have children, they have assets for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So it's not about having children or not having children.
Okay. It's
Coming from a man's angle now.
What's a man?
Man's
Ladies,
angle.
I've seen ladies that want more children than the man wants.
And the man in his capacity will be like, I am not capacitated to take care
Sometimes
of. Maybe
even
a
these
lady
men,
might say-
sometimes even these men even causing this whole thing.
So a lady will be like,
I
I
won't
want
come
5
for you.
kids, and the man will be like, I don't have that capacity to take. I want 2 kids or I want 3 kids.
So from my own angle, I would say you watching this video right now, because I don't think the poor persons that we're making these videos for might be able to even have data to watch this video.
Yeah.
So, but you, the young folk watching this video, I think it's right time for you to re-strategize, plan yourself. There is something about having more children in the society, especially in Nigeria. High rates of criminals.
Yes.
We are battling with government, politicians, and we are also battling with
Insecurity.
agberos, popularly known as agberos.
Yes.
Who gave birth to them?
People.
People who cannot take care of these
them.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand that life happens, but we've seen sometimes when I go to do documentaries in some remote areas, you will see women with flocks of children. Like, do you understand? Do you
Yes.
understand?
And they are still backing.
And they are still backing.
And they are
Yeah.
still
And
heavily.
they are still-
They're still heavily pregnant.
It's sad that I don't know whose responsibility to do this correction. If it's the government or if it's the
Government's care.
or if it's the hospitals, because some of these people they give
It's the
birth
husband
in
and
their
the
house.
wife.
Do you understand? So
But there are some husbands that actually get angry when their wives get pregnant.
they do. Some of them, both the male.
Why
both the
will you
women.
get angry?
Because you don't have the ability.
No, you don't have the
capacity to do anything.
ability. Let's not even go there, bro.
Do you get? So it's crazy because I don't know who to blame. This thing called sex is sweet to this set of people, to everyone. So I think why they are, sorry to say, lazy people, they just have fun in doing this thing, getting more children. And like you said, it's an asset. Do you get? What is an asset? And some of them have this mentality, let's give birth to more children. You don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
God forbid some of them will.
Some even say out
do you
of 20,
understand?
if not one, I ain't get good start.
Do you understand? So, but then, I don't know. It's crazy. We need to, I don't know whose responsibility it is to put measures into this thing. If there are community leaders or see rich people.
You're talking about like sensitization or creating awareness to people, because
Creating
like
awareness
in
for
the
it.
north, and let me now refer to the northerners. In the north, most of the women, even if some of them that manage to go for antenatal,
Yeah.
once they are being advised after childbirth, they should come for family planning, different types of contraceptives.
Yeah.
Some of them rebuke it. Some of them reject it.
We're talking about religious belief the last time.
Like
Some
the
people,
last time. Yeah.
they will not
They'll
do
rebuke
it.
it and reject it. They'll tell you that kids or children are from God. So you cannot stop it. But I'm not stopping it, and you're bringing children, you're bringing kids to suffer. Then what is the essence?
These days, lots of people on the streets. Like I said, we don't know if we're battling with the Nigerian bad politicians or we're battling with the touts, the Agberos. Because an average poor man who doesn't train the child, what would the child do? Just few ratio of them, few, not that you can count them. They get knowledge, they do things, exploits, and they leave that poor environment and they do things. But large quantity of them still remain, they are spreading.
Yeah.
We just talked about drug. They're into drugs, they're into snatching of phones, they're into prostitution.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about the ladies. They're into prostitution, they're into a whole lot of things. So there must be an awareness created to tackle this thing, because, man, I don't know.
But do you know the funny thing is, it's not just even about creating the awareness. It's important that we create the awareness. But some of these people, they already know. They know that, they already know what family planning is. But they don't want to stop. Me, I think this thing is between the husband and the wife.
Okay.
Yes, it's between the husband and the wife, because they are the one.
How do you preach it?
Bro, some of these
an
people,
awareness.
no, some of these people knows it. If they really want to
They
stop
don't know
it,
it.
some of them know. Yes, some of them know, because I've seen people who go to these communities, villages, to tell them about these things. Even when they go to the hospital to even maybe treat themselves or whatever. If you go to these primary health cares, you will even see the signpost and everything there. Some of them know these things. But again, the husband and the wife, if you don't want to stop something as a person, if I choose I do not want to stop this thing, I will not stop it. But if I've decided in my heart, okay, this I want to stop this thing for some reasons, for some good reasons, I will stop it. Some of these people knows what it is. But because of the enjoyment that comes with it, they will not stop it. And again, I think what people need to understand is that family planning does not stop enjoyment. Yes, family planning does not stop enjoyment. But so many people are thinking, okay, once they talk about family planning, it's looking like they are trying to stop something. It does not stop anything. The only thing it stops is that you will not have these children again. You already have enough. Family planning does not stop enjoyment. It only helps you. You'll be able to train the ones you already have. It doesn't mean because say they don't come put onto my wife, but I no go fit do anything again.
There is always benefits in doing things accordingly. If you have 2 children, you have enough for you and your family.
Yes.
They will go to the best. If not the best, they will go to at
one of the
least
good
the good
schools.
schools.
Yes.
Do you get? If you have
If you
1,
know-
2, and you gather all the money you are using to feed a lot of them, you can put them in good schools. You can
Yes.
give them good food. They will look good.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Only that I don't advise that you should
I
have
just
one
want
child.
to
I'm not saying
agree with
just
Rachel.
one.
Yeah, no,
when
I'm
she
just
the
said-
planning.
No, I understand.
You bait one, right? And you give it a little time.
Yeah,
Don't
you
just
have
do
another
it
one,
back
like
to back.
spacing and all that.
Do you understand?
I want to agree with Rachel where Rachel said it should be between the man and the woman. I know someone, and I would have loved to like say who that person is to me,
Yeah.
but the person's husband is a committed follower of this talk show. So
Oh.
if I say it, it's gonna cause a problem in their house. But him is someone that likes kids, but she has 3 now, and she did an implant without him knowing. Because since you don't want it, I need us to really take care of our kids. All right, I really need us to take care of our children, and if we bring multiple kids into this world, we will not be able to take care of them the way we should, considering like the economy and everything. So she has an implant, and every day most times she'll be like, "What's in the happen now?"
I think we need to talk about this topic on our next show.
On our next
And
show.
it should be an agreement. most of these things that couples do
Yeah.
should be an agreement.
I know about a couple who they agreed to do these things. Do you understand? Because they have 3 already, and they need to take care of these 3. And the lady itself, she needs to rest. Her body
Her body
Yeah.
needs exactly.
needs to rest.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, come on, you can't have 3 kids mixed with boy and ladies, and you would want more when you don't have a good life already. Mind you, it's not about the children. You as a parent, you need to have good life as well.
Yes.
You need to enjoy yourself
Yes.
as someone who has children.
Yeah.
So if I have 3 children, 4, if I can take care of these persons when I beat them, after talking about their school, their feeding, their well-being, healthcare,
How about you?
we should talk about ourselves as
Yeah.
a parent also. Do you understand? So it's quite understanding to still do the awareness.
Yeah.
We must reach out to them. We must tell them the importance. We must use the rich people to give the examples. So you don't say because they know about it, they don't want. You keep preaching and keep telling
I
them.
don't even know
about
how having plenty children is an asset of fulfillment.
it. Some people, even some rich men, they
Yeah.
have, but
Yeah.
they can take care of this.
Yeah.
But there is something about outnumbering something. When something is outnumbered, it's not good.
Yeah.
I've also seen rich people who have numerous kids, and one or two of them are not following the line of good character and all of that, and they're also crazy.
Because they'll not even have the strength and the time to take care of them the way that they are supposed to, because you've really invested your time in the first set of kids you have. So basically on the show, what we've just said is family planning is not only a fundamental human right, but it also has a significant impact on reducing global population growth and poverty rates. Okay, we must prioritize the education and implementation of contraceptive measures to empower individuals and couples to take control of their reproductive lives. That's it on today's edition. You already know. Talk show with the Talkam as EB. We would love to hear from you, so be a part of our community by dropping your opinions in our comment sections. And don't forget to follow all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and captivating episodes of Viewpoint. Do subscribe and turn on the notification bell on our YouTube channel at Oweleketv. Our website is oweleketv. Till we come your way again.